Hello everyone and welcome back to Dracology. Today we're going to be talking about dwarf dragon. Now I would love to have my dwarf dragon right nearby, but he doesn't want to. Dwarf dragons are quite acrobatic and playful, so he's flying around here. So the dwarf dragon is quite weird. He lives all over the world. They live in really big groups. Dwarf dragons are really small, like the name says, and like I said, they live in really big groups. They don't attack frequently, but they kind of annoy people more. Dwarf dragons are really playful and obnoxious little creatures. They're pretty cool to study, and they are quite fun to play with once you've tamed them, but they refuse to listen to any adults, so kids play with them, but adults somehow can get them to listen to them. So in Siberia, these little guys have been kept as pets for quite a time. They used to put them in cages, but dwarf dragons just fly around anywhere. They're like the same kind of thing like bees and wasps. They just roam. Only dwarf dragons are a little bit bigger. They're about this big. The little ones are of course a bit smaller. But yeah, dwarf dragons, fun animals. Big in Siberia. You don't see them that often over here. Not sure how it is in America, but there are probably some subspecies or something. Dwarf dragons are bright blue, which makes them indistinguishable when you look at the sky. So a big swarm of dwarf dragons may just be flying over, but you won't see them because they're really small and blue. So if they fly apart far enough, you won't even see them. Dwarf dragons in nature pluck the hairs and fur of animals. They use that fur to decorate their cages or their holes. Seeing a group of dwarf dragons attack an animal is quite a horrific experience. These little dragons attack this really big thing. They attach them, they bite, they sort of almost the animal goes crazy because, well, it's really annoying. Something that's all sorts of really big things that are constantly biting you, you almost go crazy. And then you have all this really loud and really high screeching. It drives you insane. That's why dwarf dragons can be really dangerous. You don't want to blow any whistles. Dwarf dragons like that, they'll come for you. You just have to run. They don't like other dragons though. Dwarf dragons are really afraid of other dragons, so if there is another dragon nearby, run to it, especially if it's a quite friendly dragon like the whole dragon or something. They are quite friendly, and yeah, that might save you. Dwarf dragons also tend to pick up things like the whole dragon does. They like treasure, but it's quite easy to find because they mostly bring it through their cages and just store it there. Well, if you have a little dwarf dragon as a pet, it's quite easy. You just leave your keys hanging around, and the dwarf dragon will almost all the time bring it back to his cage, so that's where you'll find your keys. Dwarf dragons also multiply very quickly. The females lay tons of eggs, and they are these bright red eggs, so you can easily spot them in a group of dwarf dragons because dwarf dragons are mostly blue, so you have these red little eggs or dots. You may want to get rid of them because a lot of dwarf dragons may become a nuisance. But that's about it for dwarf dragons. Next week we are doing some new stuff. I think it's is the basilisk, but I think we've hit, oh no, we haven't hit pseudo dragons yet, but the basilisk is quite a special dragon. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye. What did I do?